Okay. So while waiting the other three people, so for today we're going there's another 4 module. So module 3 is on major accident causes, module 4 is on process safety aspect, module 5 is emergency management, and module 6 is in SIMAH report. So as I said, it's actually module 6 to almost similar to yesterday in module 2. Okay, so we'll see maybe when we go through module 6, maybe you have any additional question you want to ask with regard to SIMAH report. Okay. Alright. As a recap for yesterday, okay, what I need you all to do for day 2. Okay, please log into this Mentimeter. Take out your phone, either you scan or you use the code 14070371. So you need to provide 3 things that you learned yesterday from module 1. On day 1, what did you learn? Okay. Semua sudah scan lah? Okay, just provide kenapa dia tak nak keluar ni?
Sorry, there's limitation in.
Sorry?
There's limitation in what we can write.
There is limitation?
Because now I write 4 words, so I think.
Yeah. You cannot write it too long.
4 words only.
4 word only?
I can see.
Yeah.
Because it's mentioned
Tiga
in the space
patah
consider-
or word? How many words? 25 huruf. 25 words, right?
Huruf. 25 huruf. I'm not writing anything.
Yeah. You limit to it's actually in 1 word.
1 word?
Sorry, in one, limit to 25 word, right?
No, I have 3 fields. So how to mention what I learned yesterday? 1 word.
For example, you learn SIMAH, so you write SIMAH only. That's all. Don't write in the full statement. That is Mentimeter, because we will show it in this cloud. So the purpose of this cloud is like a reminder. For example, OSHA. Then you remember. So don't write OSHA 94 was created because of Hiroshima, Sungai Buloh. Somehow this sound tak keluar. Let me check. any three things. For example, you can write TP, Nazri, Handsome, for example, as long as 25 letter. Okay, but it's best you write in one word. For example, SIMA. SIMA regulation 2 words, right? But as long as it's within 25 letter. Have you ever played this? Mentimeter? Okay, why I really want you to write here, macam yesterday, bila you write dalam note tu kan. So when I share, later on when I share the pack, you can always access back whatever you write down here. So whatever you wrote down yesterday, during discussion tu, we can always refer back lah. This is what we call like a map mapping lah. Mind mapping. Mind mapping. So whenever next week, maybe your boss asks, what you learn? Day one, we learn about SIMA. We learn about OSHA. Okay, the more of you write the same thing, it will become bigger. So that is something that you want to, ni lah. Elsa kalau nak join tu Mentimeter. Okay, so from here we can see most of you mentioned about SIMA regulations, SIMA, and also SIMA regulation without S. Meaning that if you all write SIMA, the SIMA will be more bigger lah. I think that's you are right lah. The first thing, most important that we learned yesterday in module 2 talks a lot about SIMA, right? Okay. And then next, I can see here hazard lesson learned. Hazard lesson learned. HSE lesson learned. And then lesson learned from Ma. So yeah, so the word is lesson learned. So yesterday we learned a lot about past incident. Wait, sorry. So we did make 2 case study. One is from Mansfield explosion, and another one from BP Texas. And we also have a lot of sharing with Bunga Alpina, SSGP, and so on, right? Okay. And then here more talk about BRA, building risk assessment, identified risk. Regulation is same with SIMA. Identify risk. Okay, so yeah, yesterday perhaps we I say it's indirectly we touch a lot about risk assessment. When we talk about hazard, okay, of course the following thing is about to assess the risk, but the risk assessment topic will be discussed more for today lah, in day 2. And then we also talk about major incident, post-MAH incident, something related with the previous incident lah, for us to learn lah. Okay, people said smart people learn from their mistake, but smarter people learn from other people mistake. Siapa punya ni? Oh, kau punya. Okay. Okay, alright. So you can always access this Menti when I share later on the pack. Okay. I'm not sure how long it will stay there unless I delete lah. Okay. Alright. Now, in module 3, major accident causes. So, we need to know what are the common causes. Why incident or major accident has that happened. Kan? Okay. I will give example for the first 3 causes. But later on, I hope that you all can participate lah one by one to share what are your thoughts with each of these causation. Okay. Okay, number 1 here talking about poor management practices or inadequate supervision. So it's true, same like BP Texas incident. It's not stated in the yesterday video, but if you refer to the full videos, because their management of organization changes, so the changes of organization, the supervisor was not there, one is on leave, so left with only one junior junior executive. So with these poor management practices, right, it is led to major incident or major hazard accident. In fact, even yesterday bila kita buat discussion pun ada yang tulis poor supervision monitoring kan, poor monitoring. Okay. You know, there's one case BUK diving fatality. BUK diving fatality. So what happened for last year, diving go down. The work is they want to repair, to patch. Oh sorry, ada bunyi lah lagi. Ada background. Aku lah karaoke ke ni? Okay. So the work is they want to repair the FPSO. There is some hole lah. So diver go there. So in order you want to patch, you must develop a comfort dam. Kan? Before they're able to construct, to erect the comfort dam, they want to lower down a adapter. It's a huge adapter. So they want to barricade this area. So somehow a diver, they cannot swim like in the movie tau. The diver always rely on a lifeline. They will tie one rope and then they will pull the last rope. Our industrial diver is not using scuba, they have a airline. Macam kapal, like the spaceship. They have all the suit. That's why it's heavy. Without this rope, easily they either descending down or maybe hanyut lah, drifted. Kan? So what happened? The mistake is, number 1, they put the lifeline to the adapter. Second thing, the adapter floating device, they use jerry can. You know jerry can? Tong lah. Tong minyak. Tong. The jerry can only. Which you don't know what are the capacity of this jerry can to hold the weight lah. Okay. And number 3, in the JMS, this adapter, they should tie up with 2-inch punya rope lah. So this was not there at all. So what happened? This adapter, this jerry can cannot hold the adapter and it fall down to the bottom of the sea. is about, I think, 90 meter. 90 meter. So it dragged along with this diver to the bottom. So one thing about diving, they cannot have a fast ascent ataupun fast descent because they will suffer compression, decompression sickness, decompression sickness. They said the bubble will come into their blood and so on. Kan? So standby diver immediately dive lah to rescue, but we unable to save this diver. So when we talk, because in the JMS stated that you must use a special floating. It's clearly stated in the work pack. That's number one. Number two, this one, clearly stated in the JMS, it must be tied with a 2-inch rope. Number three, this is best only a practice. It should not tie here lah. It should tie to the vessel body. Use a magnet, put there, and then tie it. So the question is, where is our supervisor at that time? Of course, the worker are not fully aware of the work pack. Kan? When we ask the diving team, they're not aware of it. Yes? Listen.
Adapter menus.
Again?
The adapter used for what?
Okay, because they want to build a comfort dam. They want to barricade. This is underwater, kan? So they want to barricade so that they can do the repair inside of the vessel. I'm not sure how, but it's like before you want to erect pressurized habitat, the panel, you must have the structure, right? So the structure they use is scaffolding, and then they put the panel, habitat panel. So same with this. So maybe this adapter is a structure for them to erect the comfort dam. Comfort dam to prevent the water ingress lah, right? So the supervisor was not there. Kan? Or the supervisor didn't communicate it. Kan? Or maybe they take it lightly. Not even read the work pack. Penat-penat je kan? So many people review, endorse the work pack, but it's not there. Perhaps there is also in systemic issue is because the way we wrote the work pack is too lengthy, everything there, organization chart lah, apalah kan. But we forgot about what are the critical information. But as a supervisor, it is our duty lah, if you are the supervisor, to identify what are the critical information. Of course, in the work pack is everything. In the CISO is everything there. But you need to know what are the critical information for your task, and you need to communicate it. Okay? Sadly, that one was not happen lah for this case. So I can see, yeah, this is why they put it as number one, because it is a common. Okay, we're dealing with human. We are, as yesterday we said about behavior safety. Even Group HSC introduced Rakan HSC to enhance supervisory skills and HSC communication. Okay, okay, next, this is another thing, pressure to meet production target. Any of you watch apa cerita Mokondo tu? Mark Wahlberg, apa tu? Deepwater Horizon, sorry. Deepwater Horizon. That adaptation from the real incident lah, Deepwater Horizon. So what happened there? You know, when they in KL, upstream HSC, they booked the whole cinema and asked all the upstream guy to watch the movie. I think maybe, yeah lah, sometimes it's a good initiative. People learn from the movie, kan? You put Fasha Sanda as the, one of the company, they Petrofac maybe, they hired Fasha Sanda to become their induction videos. So people interesting. Could be, right? So pressure to meet production for Mukondo tu because of they are rushing to the next well location. So because of that, they skip the well test. By right, they should test the well after they put cement, everything. They need to test, can it stand the pressure or not. So they skip one step and they start introduce hydrocarbon to the well line lah. So I think yesterday pun kita sebut pasal Berkoe, almost similar thing. And then SSGP not really, but Berkoe because of one location want to postpone their drilling campaign. So suddenly Berkoe offer, okay, come to my location. We are ready. But we are not ready, right? And because of we don't want the drilling rig in idling. You know, our drilling rig is in a long-term contract. Is under umbrella contract lah, maybe 5 years. So if we didn't utilize it, so macam rugi lah. You sewa rumah tapi you tak duduk. Mahal pula tu. It's not only the rig, including all the manpower on board. For offshore, the highest payment payroll goes to what I know is go to the drilling rig superintendent. Berapa agak-agak? Guessing. One day berapa rasa gaji dah? Anissa?
One day.
5,000 USD. Wow.
Sehari Sehari.
5,000 USD tu kaya betul tu. Satu hari RM20,000. Wah. Tak adalah macam tu. Tapi about 2 to 3,000 per day. USD. All USD because they are international kan. Macam diving, no case apa? Nanti besar Kedah, Sanusi, Abang Sanusi, diver. Happen to be, I pernah juga kerja dengan Abang Sanusi tu. He is diving supervisor. So diving supervisor rate dia at least 600 USD per day. ROV supervisor lagi mahal, tapi less risk, which is 800 USD per day.
600 tu turun tak turun? Ke kalau
Dekat offshore lah. This is daily rate lah.
I mean kalau kita kena dive baru dapat 600.
No. You go to site. Dia bukan per dive. So diving and ROV is less risky because you tak turun kan. So but ROV rate is more higher lah. About 450 above per day. Diver 300 USD lah per day. So that's why he has, after berapa tahun dah tu, bolehlah kumpul. For diving, lagi satu yang less risky, if you ada anak lah, you can ask them to go for 3.4U certification. 3.4U, U is underwater inspection. So his work is, okay, diving dah buat, you ask them to inspect here, inspect there, look at the data, sign, hantar. That one about 800 USD a day. So it's very expensive. Dulang, as of now, I said you have Dulang major LOPC in September this year. Until now, we still not producing Dulang because the pipeline still cannot repair lah. So one day Dulang produce 10 kilo barrel per day. In 1 month, 100 million per month. Ringgit. On top of that, the remerage, the FSO master, all those yang bill, that's why Presiden punya finance itu declare kita jatuh kan. So one of it cost kita lah. So but again, PMA management make a tough decision to shut down Dulang. Although they know what are the costs, everything. So somehow they're able to demonstrate that safety are first compared to production target. But again, there's still a lot of scenario. Yalah, if you are at the position to decide, kan? For example, if you watch Piper Alpha video, one guy said we should shut down. Another guy said, wait, if you shut down, it will take 3 days for us to start up everything. What our production per day, blah 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 blah. Maybe millions, kan, per day. So it's very tough decision lah. So that is why to make the OM, the field manager, the project team easily ataupun swiftly make a right decision, it require a stern direction from the top management. Like the case BP, remember yesterday, Becker report? If the top management always said, safety first, anything stop work. This is one of direction by our PD in PMA. So that is why it's very swift. The Dulang field make a decision to stop. Okay? But again, yeah, this is one of the common issue lah with regard to major accident hazard. Okay, next, inadequate safety management system. Okay, inadequate management system, it can relate to as well the training. We have a lot of turnaround. What is it called? People turn around. Turnover. So the onboarding process not really there, kan? Our wells is at office at center, not dedicated for PMA. Iraq is dedicated wells, except for international maybe. For Malaysia lah, Sabah, Sarawak. So when they go to Sabah or Sarawak, the onboarding process, what are the requirement, everything, did we really communicate or comply properly? So that's why I mean inadequate safety management. But nevertheless, maybe other company, maybe they have also inadequate system. They don't know how to process if there's changes, for example. They don't know what are the onboarding process, new recruitment, what competency need to check. There is also. So that is our role if we want to evaluate contractor, for example. That is one of the requirement lah. We need to check their system, how they do the training, how do they do the onboarding, briefing or whatnot. Okay, setuju ke? Nak cakap ni? Okay, Carol lah kan? Can you share, Carol? Failure to learn lesson from previous incident. What is your thought about this?
Lesson learned from previous incident. My experience lah.
Okay.
Ambil yang latest is one contractor is welder lah. Hit by grinding disc straight away to the eye.
Oh.
Saya ada gambar, ada semua. Kalau nak share boleh saya share. Memang menarik.
Okay.
Tapi lesson learned, dia pakai safety. PPE is complete. Once we investigate, some modification on the face mask. This guy basically using pencil grinder to cut boiler tube. The workspace is very limited lah. Even we cannot go inside. That's a specialist grinder from
Okay.
Wellfield.
Okay.
So until now, buta dia. Satu mata.
Oh.
One eye only. Ada picture? Mau share?
Oh, tak apa. Nanti diorang nak balik awal. Tapi what you mean is grinder incident is not something new. There's a lot of cases, right? But we fail to learn. Why? Because we think that dia bukan ular. We think that we are not cannot be part of the statistic, kan? Grinder dekat rumah nak pakai bahaya, kan? Even ada yang terpacak kepala masuk dalam ni, kan? Ada video doktor bedah nak cabut grinder punya serpihan. It's very risky. But yet, kenapa people fail to learn? So for this case, I can see it's because of situational violation. The workspace very limited, very narrow. I cannot enter. Actually, boss, I want to comply, let's say lah. But because of limited space, so I have to do some amendments so that I can enter, squeeze in at the area lah, work area. So maybe it's not 100% his own fault. Maybe how we assess the location, perhaps that is not the right method. The right method, perhaps we need to remove certain equipment or whatnot lah. But again, if you remove certain equipment, it go back to the production target. Instead of half an hour, now become 2 days work. So you as OIM, which one you prefer? Half day or 2 days? Of course half an hour kan, masuk semua kan. But if we have a conscious risk awareness, what if thing happen like this? What if this person died because I'm the one that approved the permit saying go ahead? Okay, of course we like to have it in half an hour, but subject to what kind of protection. If we have a protection that surely it will not hit the workers. The workers wearing armor suit, for example lah, ataupun long arm punya grinder, it will not reach them. Then go ahead. Beautiful, you able to assess the risk and you able to optimize the work kan, instead of 2 days. But the thing is, macam SSGP tu lah, kita boleh tapi you not assess. Boleh half an hour but you don't identify is it the safe way or not. Okay, thank you. Carol. Now, Elsa, communication issue. Anything you want to share? Communication issue between shift, personnel and management. Bagi dia mic tu. Nanti kadang-kadang aku rekod tak dengar nanti. Kalau dia mic is here.
Communication I don't have any experience with Yama, but I think it's quite common lah pasal communication. Sometimes especially for macam HSC requirement kan, we already communicate, but we communicate to diorang punya HSC engineers. Contoh lah macam contractor punya HSC engineers kan. So when we communicate, dia jadi pergi only the working level yang the exact people at office lah yang okay, we are aware of this requirement, blah 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 blah. Tapi tiba-tiba decides lah, dia jadi the work leader pula, he was not communicated. So dia pun macam ada such requirement. So we can see that there's that gap lah in terms of communication. So I think yang penting is like we have to communicate to the right people lah kan. Kadang-kadang we invite tapi dia punya orang office yang datang. So we have to keep in mind that whatever it is, we have to communicate to the work leaders lah. So macam contoh macam pre-mob, we often try to include all the work leaders and the workers lah, not just the engineers lah, and make sure diorang attend lah the pre-mob. Contoh lah. So that's what I observe for communication lah in terms of the requirement, especially for HSC. Not even HSC lah, mungkin work requirement pun macam I notice macam the engineer already communicated to office that on dorang punya even technical requirement. Tapi bila decide lain pula cerita. So it comes to that lah, that gap between us and the actual frontliners.
Okay, very good, Elsa. So can you feel that apa Elsa cakap tu is really happening anywhere? Pre-mock, toolbox, TA briefing, project kick-off. Yang pergi lain, the one that execute other people, kan? People yang came late, sudah mau penutup, mau makan, dan baru muncul, kan? Yeah, that is common thing. In fact, this also happened to this diving, kan? They're not aware, kan? So, another thing relate to communication is, if you look at aviation, is because of they, for example, they say vessel A, B, C, but they wrote it different, kan? Apa the word that sound similar? D. So for example, D, vessel D103. So he thought B, D and B sound similar, right? By right, he should use the Delta or Bravo, vessel Delta, vessel Bravo.
Macam kami.
Yeah.
E for apple.
Yeah.
E for apple.
E for apple.
Jadi yang di luar fikir, apple.
Apple, yeah.
Itu yang kami berlaku.
Pernah berlaku, ya?
Memang berlaku. E for apple. Jadi, okay, A dia tekan lepak. Yang di dalam ni E bahasa Melayu. Apple.
Apple.
English.
Oh.
Habis.
I think so, another issue, because in Malay, apple spell is E-P-A-L. In English, A-P-P-L-E. So when they said E, apple. So is it E or A?
So
So,
berlaku dengan kami waktu depan project director ke waktu.
oh really?
Mr. Pandai.
Mr. Pandai sendiri. And then end up
Waktu
shut down.
commissioning kan, salah tekan.
See? Luckily nothing happen lah. Kan, only shut down.
Keluar standard yang keluar terus Alpha, Bravo yang code tu.
I see.
Charlie pakai tu.
So it's very fortunate lah, nothing happen. It could lead to more serious incident.
E apple.
Yep.
Ya, betul tak salah dia pakai bahasa
Asik.
Malaysia. Yang di luar okey A.
Okay. Something relate to this also, maybe sometime you work in Myanmar, even in Iraq you have multinational, and in Myanmar it's very hard to speak English. They also don't know Malay, and we also don't know Burmese. So we have to use sign language. We have to employ translator to communicate.
So,
Yes.
I think for the English language, it's understood in the whole world. But the problem is sometimes the smart people use a simple language that everyone can understand. Simple words, the words that can be maybe listened too much in news, movies, okay, or in social network. That's why the people will understand that. And some people try to be smart, okay, use strong word or non-common words.
Yeah.
Right, non-common. Okay, so even for the guy who can speak English, maybe it's hard to him to remember the meaning of this word. Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay.
Using hard words
Yep.
to express that.
So you're right. Certain people use, what is it, bahasa pasar? Fall word.
Native.
Fall word, right? Negative word?
Native.
Not native. Native word? No, bahasa pasar.
Native.
No. bahasa rojak, something like that.
Layman.
Maybe you know, even if you go to Indonesia, even worse. Because, for example, dugem. I ask the Indonesian people, what is dugem? They also don't know, because the youth people like to merge word, shortcut. WhatsApp they call what we are, nasi goreng, nasgor. It's not official Indonesian. Dugem is dunia gemerlapan. And one of, for example, in Malaysia is pawagam. Pawagam is, they say, invented by P. Ramlee. Is actually maksud dia panggung wayang gambar. So they make it short, pawagam. So, and some of them, yeah, they use a very high level management word. So we need to look at who is our audience. Kan? There's no point you go see our contractors, our fitters, or we need to do what president word lah, human equation tools. We need to apa ni tools, what tools? So don't use, you need to check our audience as well, right? So for communication, if you refer to Rakan HSC program, there are three things lah. Number one, the sender, we send, and then the receiver receive, and then they must acknowledge back. There is another method to make sure that the information received, and it's actually a common thing. For example, when a bank call you, we want to do a transaction or want to send to you 1,000 US dollar. Give me your number. So we write one by one kan, 41, and then okay, please repeat back. So you want to acknowledge back because it's very critical to you. So same goes to operation. Any critical must be sender, receiver, and acknowledge back to us. Okay. Alright. How about inadequate reporting system? Amir, pakai mic tu Amir. Jauh aku nak dengar ni. Anything you want to share, just anything you want to share, or maybe you think, have any thought about it?
To be honest, I'm not sure apa election, apa konteks of it.
How about complacency? Any incident tak yang bila you dekat group you analyse, oh ini complacency ni menyebabkan insiden? Banyak lah kan? Ataupun what do you think about complacency?
Kalau I touch yang violation tu boleh.
Oh, okay. Talian Hayat. Alright. Violation or non-compliant behaviour. Okay.
Violation non-compliance behaviour kan. I think at least, not at least this year lah. For the past few years, the majority of TI incident are related to SSOW related feature. Meaning slip and trip, kursi jatuh. So the management in dilemma lah, how to mitigate this issue. Benda ni kita tak state dalam PDS ataupun PDG kan, macam kita nak jalan, ada kes orang terkatil terjatuh dekat platform. So what control management ada kan untuk this kind of incident. Tapi itulah this year I joined one of the incident investigation PRC.
Okay.
It's anti-incident ranking 3 sebab the incident very simple. Dia jalan while using phone, and then she tripped and he broke her ankle. So term of even though incident very simple, tapi it have recorded as a very major incident lah. So the violation of this person is she was using phone while walking.
Okay.
So this is where I see the recurrence of this incident is actually on our own behavior lah. Even though we're walking pun kita nak connect. So that's my thought.
Okay. So, in short, violation adalah. Tempat MLNG tak ada violation kah? Adalah kan? Ada ke? Mesti ada kan? In fact, in our incident investigation pun, we categorize into either is it mistake, error or violation. Betul tak? Banyak kan? Tadi pun yang pakai grinding tu kita namakan situational violation. Non-compliant violation is meaning that dia sengaja, okay, sengaja tak buat, not comply. You tahu, you drive your car, you know if the traffic light is red, you should stop. You know, tapi you move juga, kan? So itu masuk violation. Kalau you tak tahu, baru lain lah. Tiba-tiba lampu traffic light color purple. Alamak, purple ni merah ke, biru ke, hijau. Then you move. Polis tangkap. Kenapa tak berhenti? I tak tahu. Itu betul tak tahu. Because selalunya merah. So, kenapa you langgar violation? That's most thing important lah. The thing is, this topic is for us to know, to understand and we able to mitigate bila kita conduct risk assessment. Okay, dalam risk assessment kita identify threat kan. So, we dah confirm dah, this is the routine violation orang akan buat. Kan? So, violation ni ada few. One is because kalau dia, you bawa kereta, you seorang saja berhenti. Orang lain semua jalan. Kenapa semua orang jalan ni? Tapi merah. So, apa you buat? Orang belakang horn lagi. Jalan ke ni? So, kita pun jalan. Oh, kat situ rupanya merah, jalan. It's called maybe routine violation. Tak ada kereta, jalan je. Tak ada polis, jalan je. Kan? Another thing is because of you sakit perut. Merah pun you hentam juga. It's situational. You dalam keadaan tergesak, sakit perut kan? Ataupun ada emergency, wife nak beranak. So, you violate. Or perhaps because of lambat masuk office. Lambat masuk office ni bukan situational lah. Because you choose pergi kedai mamak dulu, apa semua, ada discussion, apa semua tu, that one maybe you can say optimization lah. Either for your company, self-optimization ataupun company. Tapi ada lagi satu violation ni, reckless. Dia memang sengaja. Dia siap dekat traffic light merah tu, dia buat spinning je. Drift, lepas tu jalan. This one reckless. Ini yang kita tak mau. So, dalam company, this kind of reckless ada. They call it, they want to sabotage. Oh, bagi bonus aku sebulan ataupun this year tak ada bonus bagi trip. Ada ke MLNG? Ada kan MLNG ada buat? Ada. Dia bagi trip macam mana? Dia bagi reduce temperature ke apa tahu orang kata lah. Terus down. Nak hitap balik tu ambil masa. Ada pula tak puas hati. Apa Hanisah yang jadi OIM So dia pun sabotage. Buat kebakaran. Yang ini kita takut juga. Kan? Because dia selamat, dia bagi naya orang lain lah kan. Other people will suffer from his act. But yeah, violation is something that common. In fact, now we categorize all incident into violation or error or mistake. Wang, ada cerita tu. Complacency. Otai. Right.
From
from my point of view of competency ni, we don't look at high level punya management. We look at bottom level. So bottom level pun dia punya frequency pun sama juga. Example dia macam workers lah, bottom level workers dia apa orang cakap rushing untuk buat task, to complete the task, dia rushing. So we need to say kalau dia rushing, dia less thinking. Contoh lah contoh. Then satu lagi skipping of safety being step. Contoh macam tu lah. That's why competency ni kita jangan tengok dekat atas, kita tengok kat bawah.
I see. Okay. Thank you. So, I want to elaborate kan, maksudnya kenapa dia skip? Before this tak kena saman pun. So, before this, I tak pakai tali pinggang, tak ada apa-apa pun. Kan? Rasa je. Nothing happen what? That's why they skip. They don't want to do certain safety measures or whatnot kan. It's complacent. So they think that we are safe. Kan? Maybe at that time there's no certain contributing factors. Kan? That's why complacency is, if we let complacency creeps in lah into our organisation kan, in the long run, that will be our culture. Itu yang kita tak mau. Kan? That's what yang we worried lah. When if it become our culture, kan, don't talk about GC lah. It may be reactive or calculative or maybe pathological. Kan? Pathological. Tahu kan, GC ni from the safety ladders. Start with pathological, reactive, calculative, proactive, and then GC. So for us to reach GC, you tak payah tengok survey POC apa semua tu. Oh, survey POC kita 4. Kita hanya tepuk dada tanya diri sendiri. Actually kita nak achieve GC, kita mesti sudah proaktif. Tapi kalau the way we did masih lagi reaktif, calculative, kan? Pathological maksudnya sakit. Dah ada orang mati baru datang. Tu pathological lah. Reaktif ni dah kena saman baru nak buat. Kan? Kalkulatif apa? Oh, kalau dapat bonus buat. Kalau ini tak dapat bonus, aku tak mau buat. Kalkulatif kan. Proaktif is the thing that we need. Once we dah proaktif, then we can share to the others. People replicate whatever we did. Then it's called a generative culture. That is why currently kita banyak lesson learning, reflection, sharing, stand down. Because kita try to reach the GC. We produce, we share, people replicate from our best practice. Kan? Okay. Hassan. Inadequate reporting system. Apa kau rasa ni?
For this one, we doing our TA, right?
Okay.
So this one sama juga macam yang kita tadi kan. Dia berlaku daripada bawah. For example, our operator, dia rushing nak buat kerja and then sebab nak completekan job tu kerja schedule lah kononnya. So then dia kerja sampai end of shift, for example dalam 5:30 dia belum balik pergi atas lagi, dia belum buat report lagi.
Oh, okay.
Then the supervisor dia tak dapat nak key in report tu dalam sistem, tak sempat datang key in dalam sistem. And then kita akan miss lah dia punya report tu lah. And then kita hand over, dah lost semua dah.
Okay.
Jadi berlaku daripada bawah lah sebenarnya.
I see. So
operator nak kerja schedule dia, supaya benda tu meet dengan schedule.
So you mean that not report on time lah?
Ya, sebab macam contoh untuk TA,
Ya.
operator akan tulis log dalam logbook dia tau. Our supervisor akan ambil logbook dah
Translate.
in dalam sistem.
Okay.
So, for example, dia dah tak sempat nak tulis dalam buku log dia. So, our supervisor pun akan lost track.
I see. Okay. Alright. Okay. So yeah, maybe that is one of inadequate reporting system lah. It's no point you have a very structured systematic punya reporting flow, CC online, EPTW, but if it's not use it properly, then it become inadequate as well, kan? Other than that is the content. For process safety ni, one of common finding lah yang I observe, BSCPD, bypass of safety critical device. Some said SSBOC, SSBC, safe apa? Safety bypass lah. Okay. Sorry?
Safety critical protective devices.
Yeah, same. That one is SCP, Safety Critical Protection Device bypass. Okay. Okay. So for upstream, the cert we call SSBOC. The event is BSCPD. Okay. All same thing lah. Faham bypass. So let's say you bypass one critical device during your shift. Your shift 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. Okay. 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. This is your shift. Bypass. You have bypass one system, let's say 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. At the end of your shift handover, so you do your shift reporting. Shift report. Okay. There's another bypass. Let's say 5 p.m. and still not close. Go to the next shift. Selalunya during the shift report, mana satu yang tulis? Both? Or bawah saja?
Ada orang isi.
Yalah, isi yang mana? Atas bawah? This bypass number 1, bypass A, bypass B. Usually our operation report bypass B only. Because we still not normalize the bypass. It spill over to the next shift. So I report into the shift report, so the next shift will take note. Kan? But the requirement mentioned every bypass should be reported, should be included into your report. So this is the wrong interpretation lah by operation team. It's clearly stated in the requirement mentioned A also must be reported. So the next team will know, oh, you ada bypass A tapi dah close. Oh, you dah bypass B still tu. So bypass B for the next shift to look after, to do the normalize and so on. For shift A, so for bypass A, for the next shift to aware what are the activities happen. Kan? Perhaps during this bypass, there is changes in the SOL, the limit was not there, not set back. Let's say there's this incident happen. So we can trace back siapa sebenarnya pergi tukar. So now, like macam incident and at Sabah Gas, we cannot trace who's the one that changed the SOL because it was not recorded. People think, stop sampai sini. Dah. So if we cannot identify that, so we don't know that guy still there will do the same mistake. What else he do the change? Kan? It become like a time bomb lah for us until something happen. Then you make this and you don't tell us. Kan? So again, I believe in Petronas we have adequate reporting system, but issue is like Hassan kata, people not report on time or people don't report it. Kan? Right? Any other question, concern, sharing? No? Okay, next. We stop at 10:30. Inadequate training. Tang, anything you want to share about this? Any experience or any thoughts about this?
Adequate training.
Yeah.
Normally happen lah.
Huh?
Normally happen.
Normally happen.
Kerja buat dulu nanti baru fikir training.
Oh, do the work first and then training.
The most frequent lah. Nak exam pergi exam. Macam last time naik dah appointed pengamen, so dia naik pergi jadi chief SS. So it's, at least lah should be ada soft skill training, how to manage people lah, apa leadership lah. Tidak terus masuk.
Okay. Something related to onboarding issues, right? You tukar tempat, you naik pangkat, tak ada bagi training. Okay?
Pandai-pandai belajar.
Betul? Ramai.
Ramai ya? Okay.
Ramai betul yang naik dulu. Kadang-kadang sampai pencen ada ni. Sebab sendiri.
In fact, this is one of the challenge kalau dekat upstream HSC lah. We identify onboarding issues. But when we talk about training, there's another school of thought said, we already have training metrics. Just need to follow. But we are not talking about that. We are talking about the soft skill. Mana nak cari tempat ni, siapa orang tu, familiarization, that kind of onboarding. It's not there, kan? So, other thing about inadequate training, we relate to process, kan? Ataupun MHI, Major Hazard Installation, is the OP itself. Those, the one that conduct shutdown, turn around, are they really aware on the OP or not? Kan? Selalu sangat bila kita buat OP review, dan kita cakap OP ni tak betul, OP ni tak adequate. So question mark, when you receive training, you said, I dah receive training OP. Kenapa there's no challenge lah? We should highlight, update during that thing, kan? Tapi tak ada challenge, kan? Tapi bila kita nak jadi finding on the OP content, people always question back, kan? So it seems that it's not adequate. They're not really being trained lah with the OP.
Ya OP kadang-kadang macam tak apa pakai.
Tak perlu pakai.
Ada bos tak percaya sangat OP.
Ada bos tak percaya.
Dia mau dia punya guideline.
Oh, okay.
So dia apa nama? Kalau dia tak rasa betul, dia should ask for review.
Yes. Right.
Bukan pakai guideline sendiri.
Yeah, right. Because why we need OP? Let's say your superior that time, kan? Maybe at one time he will move to Canada, move to Iraq, and then Charlie head over. So that's why it must be documented. If he think that at that time, this is the right way, this is the safe way to do, it must be documented. OP process is very clear. OP assessment, prioritization, what are the issue, everything. If you update it, when the time of review, they will include it. Bukan dia buat pun, proses safety buat, kan? Ada people yang buat. So, just need to register what are the issue with the OP and we will do. And I think that is one of the common You're right, people tak review OP. Kadang-kadang I tengok OP ni, patutlah orang tak review. Mana punya ya kopi ni? You ambil daripada plan lain, let's say T-Cot anti-gas belah kan, campur, rojak, tak nampak clear, and then bila ada accident, OP, proses tak ikut OP. Kenapa? OP tak adequate. Kenapa? Ya, kita inherent from Exxon. Itu 20 tahun sudah. 20 years. Don't tell me after 20 years, nobody tell us our OP are not accurate. After 30 years, nobody tell us the PNID is not accurate. So people always find that scapegoat lah. Mana nak salahkan kan? Alright, the system is there. But somehow we complacent, all those things lah yang atas ni. We skip, we think this is not necessary, we still can operate without this OP until one incident, then we said this is OP fault. Kan? Alright, excessive working, lack of competent assurance, I think almost the same like training. Excessive working.
Competent assurance ada lain lagi satu isu. So, sometimes macam MNG
Okay.
ada 5 session. 1, 2, 3 utility terminal
Okay.
session. So, selalu proses engineer 2-3 tahun tukar satu tempat, 2-3 tahun tukar. Dan ada satu yang betul-betul lama lah yang. So dia tukar-tukar, you selalu tak tahu history itu problem apa semua. Tukar-tukar.
Betul. Itu banyak berlaku tu.
Ya,
Common.
Tak ada orang tahu detail.
Yeah. That's why sometimes people make a joke, the one that know detail is the contractor. Because the same contractor will not move around. It will stay there. Kan? T-Cot tu siapa? The same contractor that during construction, he's still there, and anything we need to ask contractor. That's not the right way lah. By right, ni rumah kita. This is our house. This is our asset. We should know better. We as the owner, right?
Yang adequate training tu ada satu kes yang baru lah.
Right?
Pipe pecah.
Pipe pecah, okay?
Pipe pecah. Ada nambah pressure dalam tu. So LPC.
Okay.
Dia boleh letak produk. At any time dia boleh explode. Sebab dia tak jadi gas cloud. Yang herannya, operator dia boleh berlenggang.
Oh.
Sebab apa? Sebab dia tak tahu medium tu. Saya tanya dia, kau tahu kat dalam ni apa? Dia sebutlah benda tu. Tahu tak macam mana? Kalau saya sebut petrol, mungkin kau akan berlari pergi padam kan, walaupun dia belum ada api. Kalau petrol memang kami laju lah ni buat ni. Kerana benda ni kami relax. Dia tak tahu pun benda. Sebab operator yang bawa masuk kerja tu.
I see.
Yang saya share dalam PCG lah.
Yeah. So this is what Setang mention. This thing tak ada dalam training matrix. Tapi during familiarization, onboarding, then hang tahu dalam ni apa. Ni ular besar ni. Bukan ular pokok. Kan, it's a huge snake. It's very venomous.
Tahu yang impact dia kalau LPC atau akan berlaku lah. Kita tahu.
Right.
Same dengan mental fatigue tu. Yang sama yang Pakistan baru ni sebelum ni. Staff.
Meaning that it inhale the.
Pokoknya dia tak boleh gelap apa? Penyakit tak boleh gelap ni. Sindrom tak boleh gelap ni.
Dia hitam.
Dia jadi macam
Fobia.
apa dia panggil penyakit tu? Fobia.
Something like claustrophobic, but this one is darkophobic. Darkness phobic.
Siapa pengsan?
Okay.
Apa dia masuk
I see.
muda okey. Masuk kelas dia lah mungkin dia dah penat, mental tak kuat. Lighting pun tak tegang. Jauh lagi dalam vessel.
Yo.
Pasal berteriak, nak diam. Tapi kita bagi kan dalam profile space. Ini dua orang ke lah. Tiga orang dalam. Yang 3 orang sebelum ni 3 orang. So benda ni memang kami sekarang nak masuk ke konfirmasi memang kita kena check yang orang ni walaupun dia fit, adakah dia ada sindrom ni? Sindrom yang takut gelap.
I see.
Biasa nak tahu senang kan.
Tapi
nak tidur malam tak boleh tutup lampu malam, ya ada pun.
but that one is not part of confined space punya time ke? Wah, aku ada timekeeper ke? Remind me 10:30. Testing. Okay, bell I can hear. I can listen to the frequency, okay. So this thing is not part of confined space punya medical check-up, tak ada kan?
Macam kami, saya banyak dalam confined space kerja sebelum ni. Memang kita akan buat full medical check-up sebelum dan selepas.
So in the medical check-up ada
Saya
pasal
tak mention yang kita tak boleh gelap ni.
Okay.
Kita dah tahu sekarang, so kita akan buat benda ni.
Tapi dalam confined space tu tak ada lighting ke?
Ada lighting.
Cuma dim lah, it's very dim.
Walaupun ada lampu, certain people ni apabila dia dah penat, lampu yang tegang jadi gelap.
Yang gelap, I see. Okay.
Dan dia tak rasa tegang begini.
Okay. Alright. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot more lah about competency ni. But okay, later during conclusion we'll think of something. Alright. Faris, inadequate procedures. Anything you want to share?
Kalau pengalaman based on my experience so far, tak ada lagi lah insiden yang related to inadequate procedures. Kalau nak bagi examples, I think dia dah jadi macam kalau dah benda tu tak ada prosedur, so workers ada tendency to do it macam so-called logical thinking lah. Siapa yang orang rasa logik dah tak ada guideline, kita buat je lah. So, bila jadi insiden related to their activity, bila investigate, rupanya prosedur specific to that activity rupanya tak ada.
Tak ada. Okay. Okay, right. Actually, when we investigate, if any investigation berlaku, any one of you encounter ke this incident because my mistake? I tak tahu buat kerja ni, tapi I pandai-pandai. No kan? They will blame no procedure, no briefing, kan? So the right way is you aware tak ada prosedur? Memang tak ada prosedur. So the next question is, kenapa you tak stop work? That is why now we encouraging on stop work. So one of the stop work punya filosofi ni, dulu dia ada macam-macam, pause lah, step back. Pernah dengar ke? Step back. Kan? Step back, pause. Pause ni dimaksudkan pause, procedure. Identify the procedure, assess surrounding, you understand something. Step back, you just need to step back behind, assess the condition, assess the work, what are the method, if everything okay, run. Assess the method meaning that if there's no procedure, you don't know how to do, it's red, meaning that you need to stop. So that is the right word now. Kenapa you tak stop? Kenapa you buat juga? Itu baru, then dia akan cerita, sebab bos suruh buat juga. Sebab nak cepat. Sebab I nak balik anak I punya birthday. Sebab that is a good investigation that you can determine is it error, violation, mistake and so on lah. Kan? Ali Hussein, I skip one. Excessive working hours, mental fatigue.
For this point, I remember before there was a job in the site required the crane.
Crane, okay.
Crane. So the crane operator is working from the morning until the end of the shift in 6 p.m. For some circumstances, back to back, they didn't come to work, failed to work. The guys don't have much in their hand. They need to use the crane because it's not about cost or something, but it's operation related. The job should be done. Okay. So I remember in that case we allowed the crane operator to work 3 more hours, okay, as maximum. In that time, we informed the contractor to communicate with their headquarters. They have
Additional.
yes, like in Garaf we have GBC, something like this. They have GSCC, so we call it the GSCC to send operator, even maybe from another rig, okay, to replace him. After that, before some special jobs, for example, we have casing or special remove, okay, the contractor should give us in the plan who is the operators who will be in that time, okay.
Yeah.
What if someone didn't succeed to come? Who will replace him? How the contractor management will deal with these issues?
Okay.
All this just to avoid the fatigue, because the
fatigue.
fatigue is serious.
Yeah.
Especially I speaking on the fatigue on daily basis, not on long term. Long term, someone is just maybe get pissed or he don't comfortable. Okay, start making problems. This is for long term, but for daily, for example, if someone work more than the known hours, he will start to lose
Concentration, focus. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Especially for the crane, this is a heavy machinery can
Heavy
lead
machine.
to major accident.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. What Iraq practice is very good. In fact, if you are one of any supervisor, do not force your workers to do extend work lah. Kan? Sekejap saja, just for a moment. But if anything happen, you are the one that to be blamed. Let's say he is the reckless. Oh, tak puas hati kan? Oh, you make me extend work kan? So, purposely do it. And then say because of fatigue, and Puan Wong asked me to do extra, you kena nanti. Kan? Another thing, psychologically, not all of us have the same state of mind. Certain people may be tired last night, not enough sleep, have a newborn baby. We don't know. That's why we need to comply with the requirement lah, fatigue management kan. Okay. So, 3 minutes.
No, I said no is the limit.
Oh no. Okay, but for us in Malaysia lah, I've seen one of the challenges. Now what Petronas want is integrated within all OPU, so that there's no contractor sign out from TCOT, check in Tigas, sign out Tigas, check in Angsi. So continuously. So that's why now we have a integrated system, so it will link to each other. If TCOT ban this guy, all will ban. So that is one thing lah. If the good thing about electronic. MPM propose for all, but I'm not sure we're able to do it or not lah. Yeah, now it's Petronas, but MPM introducing, for this one for offshore lah, for upstream, sorry. On the before you go offshore, you ada report something tu, apa nama?
What's this?
Kanosis. Macam untuk head counting tu. So you need to register before you go there, and that is not only for Petronas, it's for all. So that MPM want to track the person on board. Tak apa. That's one thing lah to check in. On top of that, next features, if it's being banned lah from one company, all for upstream, ExxonMobil, Shell, PTTEP, so they also cannot work there lah. That's one thing that MPM introduced.
Yes. Sama staff safety staff. Dia cuba tikam head SOD.
Oh yo.
Dia punya bos. What happened? Jadi kes polis lah. So keluar result, AI semua buat. Dan dia join satu company untuk masuk balik ke pelan tu as a contractor. Baju hijau lah. Tak boleh masuk. Seluruh dia dunia pelan. Downstream tak boleh masuk.
Oh, see. Yeah. Maybe in future we will integrate upstream, downstream, international. Lebih better lah. Okay, thank you. Anissa, last sekali. Mana satu nak? Maintenance lah kot, senang.
Maintenance operational error.
Ini paling banyak semalam pun selalu dengar ni. What?
Maintenance, maksudnya the equipment ataupun units dah failure lah.
Either you nak sebut inadequate maintenance ataupun maintenance error.
Insufficient maintenance lah, yang second last tu.
Okay.
Insufficient maintenance. On top of the plan PPM, let's say, if operator during their daily walkabout, for example, there is reactive maintenance lah, request for maintenance to rectify certain things, but maintenance may be late entertain that request that leading to the incident lah.
Okay. So meaning that is maintenance was not done as per schedule lah, you can say.
On top of that one, the PPM one, the reactive maintenance tu.
Okay. So maksudnya kita dah hantar, we apply 1 month ago. Until today, there's no action.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay, so the response, maintenance, they have a rectification, ada yang plan maintenance, and so on lah kan. So with the new structure kan, downstream ada OER2, upstream pun semua dah try to squeeze. That's the issues. Sometimes people reluctant to do additional work. This is, I think, you are right. Something that need to consider. For us to do additional work to become hassle. You need to undergo certain process, register here and that. Tapi but I think OER2 they have team yang for rectify saja kan? Errol, OER2 ada team maintenance yang untuk rectify saja kan?
Rectify
Sepatutnya lah.
insiden ke apa?
Maintenance untuk repair. Enjin rosak nak repair.
Okay, di like work process memang kita masuk ada team tu untuk buat kan.
Ada team.
Yang work process baru ni.
So that is one of the thing lah. Solution yang supaya we can respond to any repair rectification work in time lah. Kan? Mungkin certain occasion tak ada, tapi another thing relate to maintenance is because of cost cutting. Maintenance ni memang ada cost, kan? I nak tanya, you maintenance kereta kan? Kenapa tak nak ikut jadual? Salah satunya of course you tak ada masa, right? Tapi ada juga because of nak jimat. So instead of, sebab nak jimat nak tukar minyak hitam kan? Pakai pula F1 punya, Hamilton punya minyak hitam. Mahal lah. Sebab kereta dia mahal. Mercedes, AMG, GTR, coupe. Apa benda aku pun tak tahu lah kan. So, di real story tau. Dulu bila at exploration, I entourage GM lah pergi Singapore. Nazri, you Singapore ni you cari Audi punya recon untuk Audi ataupun second hand. Takkanlah bos. Kan, you GM kot. Because itu kereta nombor 4. Sebelum tu ada Mercedes, BM. So, cost cutting. So, when you cost cutting, kan, you nak repair minyak hitam, semua nak tukar mahal. So, instead of 10,000, tolerance sikit, 20,000. Complacent. Sebelum ni okey je mah. Kan, so, that is one of challenges. Kapal terutamanya. Vessel, marine vessel. They really like to skip. Because, I don't know how many gallon of lubricant need to change lah every time they do maintenance. So that's the thing. Even BP Texas incident, because of cost cutting, So some of the critical equipment was not maintained properly on time lah. Okay, laju sikit kan. Modification, you don't have MOC kan, tapi we also don't want people to abuse MOC. Tak ikut maintenance saja MOC. Tak buat saja deferment. So on. Kan? Tak boleh. Kan? As a barrier owner, we should challenge. Kenapa you mau ni? Okay, I boleh bagi deferment subject to you promise me bila dia spare part. Spare part lambat datang lah, apalah kan. Whatever reason given. So what need to do? After all this challenge, it's not something that we can leave it with. Tak, biar je lah. Common lah. Ni biasa lah ni. Memang lah. We are talking about we want to be a highly reliable industry kan. So you look at this. This is what we call domino effect. This is by Heinrich. There is another domino effect by J. Ebert. J. Ebert ni anak buah dia lah. Dia modernkan lagi. Ini yang kuno sikit lah. The latest one more applicable. But still the same. Domino effect, bila ni jatuh, ini jatuh. Ini jatuh, ini jatuh. Ini jatuh and so on lah. Less injury. So, of course, don't start with the unsafe act. If we search for unsafe act only, we only stop one dominoes. Maybe there's banyak lagi orang yang akan buat unsafe act. So look at the based on J. Ebert punya dominoes, they're talking about system. Here talking about social environment because this one is by Heinrich lah. But by J. Ebert, they're talking about system. Management system. What are the system in place to prevent this? Petronas have result pyramid. Tahu result pyramid tak? Siapa tahu result pyramid? Who knows what is result pyramid?
Habis.
Action.
Behavior.
Result pyramid, something related, another way lah for us to better understand, and I hope Petronas should better understand this one lah kan. Result, action. So unsafe action. We are human. It's not easy. Don't do this, don't do that. It's not easy mah. What you need to change is the belief and the experience. Mana dulu? Belief dulu ke experience dulu? Belief, experience. Ni belief. Ini experience. So same with your kids. Makan, wash your hand first before you take any food. Kan? You ask your kid. Tapi what is your, I think, experience kan? I forgot. What is your kids learn from you? Suruh, you ask me to wash my hand. Father, mother, don't wash pun. Come out toilet, quickly grab food. So that is what they experience. So you need to change here first, experience and the belief. Then only it's much easier for you to change people action. Yes, Ali.
For this government is high, but I don't think it's 100% high because sometimes, like you said, we are human. Sometimes maybe we have the experience, we know the right thing, okay? We know how to do it right, and we know what is the right one time. But sometimes there are certain circumstances and force someone to do something, okay? So he will do the unsafe act, maybe, or unsafe act. Okay, but he have the belief and the experience.
Okay.
Yes, but however, he will still do the unsafe act.
Oh, okay. Let's say no lah. Given here, the R1 here is unsafe to the safe act. But of course, there's people use it differently. Don't wear helmet. And then I show example. You see, I'm not wearing helmet. Of course, that's not the right way lah. Sometimes people abuse it, or maybe try to challenge.
I will maybe give you example from myself.
Okay.
Sometimes in incident reporting, some issues happen. Okay.
Okay.
Especially when there's a big difference between HSE and operation, or however. Okay. So they, an example, they have the experience, of course, and they know the procedure. Okay. But they insisted, on example, to working on something. Okay. Why? Because they get enforced to do something. They know it's wrong, but they don't have any other choice. That's why I'm telling you, for the experience and belief, maybe it's there, okay? But the outside environment forces them to do something they know it's wrong, but they don't have a choice about it. So that's why we still have unsafe acts, maybe.
Okay,
in some
alright.
circumstances.
Yep. Yeah, that's why violation, as I mentioned, people still do it, but perhaps because of situational. As I mentioned, it's a limited space, so they violate. Perhaps because of routine violation. Other people not follow, I'm the one only. Perhaps, yeah, that is also a case lah. But as in overall, for us, as a behavior safety tools, these are the right way lah. Of course, we are not living in ideal situation. And I can be the role model. I role model HSC, it's good business. I show. But maybe at your location, there are others contributing factors. That one, yeah, something we try our best, and at the end, all of us are empowered to stop work. That is the last weapon lah given to all of you. You just need to stop work. That's what management believe, that all of you have the bullet to stop work. Okay. Alright. So we are more than 10:30. Before we end module 4, module 3, just something for you to think. Things don't happen. This is one of proverb. Ramai orang kata kan, ini dah nasib. Mesti ada kebaikannya. Kan? They happen for us. Maksudnya, mesti ada. There should be something that we can learn, good thing kan? But, think back. Can we depend on our fate? Can we say if our plant explode, mesti ada hikmah ni. There must be something hikmah we can learn. Good thing. Just be patient, semua sabar. Bulan ni tak ada bonus. Cannot. We cannot depend. Can we depend on that fate, on this thing? Of course, we know as Islam, Muslim, we qada dan qadar, yes, but we also been taught that we should work to change our fate, not just rely to our fate lah. Okay, so we stop first here. We come back 11:15 lah. Okay, betul ke 11:15? 11:10. 11:10. Okay. Recording still on.
Alright.